Did you know there are songs in the Bible? They're called psalms, which means songs. And there is a whole book filled with them. And it has 150 different songs. There are happy psalms for praising God. There are sad psalms that help us bring our troubles to God. There are psalms that celebrate God's law and psalms of thanksgiving. Psalms about wisdom and psalms about Israel's kings. Lots of psalms. One of the most popular psalms is Psalm 23. It goes something like this. God is my shepherd. He gives me everything I need. He lets me rest in beautiful green pastures. He lets me drink from cold, fresh streams. He refreshes my soul. He helps me walk on the right paths so that His goodness will be seen. Even when I walk through dark, scary valleys, I am not afraid because God is with me. He helps and directs me with His rod and His staff. He sets a good meal before me, even when my enemies are near. God anoints my head with oil. My cup is so full it overflows. I know for sure God's goodness and love will be with me for my entire life, and I will live in God's house forever. Isn't that a beautiful song? It reminds us of God's love. There are many psalms that talk about God's great love. There are also psalms that help us ask God for forgiveness when we've done something wrong. Once, when King David sinned badly, he wrote a psalm for God that still helps us today. In Psalm 51, God said, "Create in me a clean heart, O God. Help my spirit to be faithful to you. Don't send me away because of my sin or take your Holy Spirit away from me. Bring me back to the joy of your saving love for me and give me a spirit that wants to obey you." David knew he couldn't be good all by himself. He needed God's help to do what is right. David knew sometimes he wanted to do bad things, so he asked God to make his heart new and clean. And David asked God to help him feel the joy of God's love for him every day, so he wouldn't want to do bad things. Psalms is full of songs that express joy and sadness, gratitude and doubt, pleasure and pain. Besides teaching us about God's love and how to worship Him, the Psalms remind us it's okay to be honest with God about all the different ways we feel. There is 150 Psalms in the Bible, enough songs to read one every time you feel happy, sad, mad, or glad.